So I just finished The Lucky Ones by Stephanie Greene. Trying to get the glare out. Okay, so basic plot summary is that it's about a family. And the plot's really loose. It's not like one of those, where so-and-so's going to die, or you're kind of wondering at 50 pages to the end of the book, what's the plot? What's going to happen? But you can kind of see the plot now that the story's over, so that's good. But basically it's about this family that has five children, and one of them is 16 and working in Canada for the summer, and his name is Harry, and he's the oldest. And next up is a girl by the name of Natalie, and she is 14. She's 14. Her younger sister's name is Cecile, and she is 12. Their younger brother's name is Jake. He's 8. And their youngest sibling's name is Lucy, and she is like 6 or 4. It never really says. But basically, this family, minus Harry, they live with their mom and their dad, who's kind of at odds. They haven't been having a great marriage at this point. And they are spending the week or the summer at their grandfather's house, which they do every year. And their grandfather lives on an island, basically kind of owns the island. They basically have the whole place to themselves, minus a few tourists that drop in and out all the time. And so this main plot is that Cecile is the main character, and she is usually running around with Natalie, and they play all these kid games like Statue, where they stand on the dock and have to be in one pose, and whoever falls down last, wins. Or there's a bunch of different games that they usually play all the time. And Cecile kind of expects Natalie to play them, but Natalie is 14, and when you get to that age where you're just like, dude, I'm big stuff. I don't do that anymore. And you kind of miss it, but you don't want anybody to know, so you just, shut up about it. And so, she's right there. And she's just kind of like, you know what? I am older. I'm not going to do this. And she's into the whole, looking for the guys and flirting with the guys and all that. And Cecile really just doesn't see that as entertaining. Natalie wants to go to the dances, and Cecile just doesn't. And so Cecile feels very alone. And then there's these tourists that come in that stay for a long while, and their youngest name is Jenny. And Jenny kind of hangs out. They're from New York, and Jenny hangs out with Cecile a lot, and they're the same age. And Cecile kind of teaches Jenny how to live on the beach, because when she comes in, she's wearing your typical New York uniform, a nice shirt, nice pants, shoes with socks on the beach. It just doesn't work. So Cecile has to give her lessons in that. Jake is basically in the book as a quiet kid. He doesn't really demand too much attention. He likes to fish a lot, and he gets along with one of the other kids. And then Natalie falls or flirts with Jenny's older brother, William, and they're both very much in the same stage. The whole plot is basically with Cecile growing up from a 12-year-old who doesn't give a care about boys and is very insecure, to at the end she is dressing really pretty. She goes up to this older guy that she kind of has a crush on and kind of shows off for him and talks to him, and then she talks to the boys her own age, and she just gets a lot of confidence and stuff. As well as for Natalie and her relationship being reconciled, and Natalie kind of realizing that, yeah, she's still a kid, but she's an older kid. She can still have fun, but she needs to include her sister. And that kind of summarizes the book right there, with just the sister bond. I mean, how I picked this book up. Honestly, I was picking up An Abundance of Catherines, which I had a high recommendation on. And I was at the library, and that book just looked really interesting. I mean, does it not look kind of interesting? Like, beachy, kind of... I don't know. It just caught my eye, and so I picked it up without knowing anything about it. Shows what you get for doing that. But, it was one of the ones I wasn't wanting to read, but I have it finished now. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. It wasn't bad. Once you get into it, it wasn't bad. You kind of, grow to empathize with this little 12-year-old, and it's told in the third person limited, where you only see Cecile's point of view. But, it's not something I would pick out and, randomly, say, oh, that was a really great read. But if you like that kind of thing, sure, why not? It, like I said, it wasn't bad or anything. I've read bad books before, and this wasn't bad. It was just, it wasn't my type of book. We'll just put it that way. So, I'll catch you guys next time when I have finished reading The Brat, again by Lindsay Sands. It's the second one I was not looking forward to reading. We'll see how long that one takes. Bye.